went to Maryland to a very, 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 very small town called Piney Point, and the town really only exists to serve small minor functions to an Marine base, which is where I was staying. So I stayed on the Marine base itself, and we went for something called Sea Survival, and it was basically supposed to teach you what to do if the ship ever goes overboard, teach you basic safety things. And we did crowd management at one point. I wish I had videos of it because it was hilarious. We were split into 3 groups, and 2 of the groups would go upstairs and we would pretend to have different ailments or injuries or things like that. And the 3rd group were supposed to be like the staff that were supposed to get us out safely. And the first 2 groups did it normally and just went in and were like, NCL staff, please, open up. There's an emergency or whatever. And the first time I got to be like a scared person, I pretended to be in hysterics, and so I just shrieked. And I was probably very, very annoying, but it was super fun for me. When the 3rd group went, they went, screw that, let's go full on police busting down the doors. So they were like knocking and going, MCL, open up, there's an emergency. Multiple of them had fake alarms playing on their phones, and they were straight up just manhandling people out of there. But then when they got to me, I was pretending to be drunk in a tub. They get to me and they're like, hi, do you want to wake up? And I was like, obviously I'm pretending to be drunk, so I was like, no, I don't want to wake up. And so then they just left me there. And like 5 minutes later, they come back and they're like, hi, do you want to wake up? I'm like, no, because I'm pretending to be drunk. And they're like, do you want a margarita? I was like, yeah. And so then I pretended to follow them, but then I pretended to faint because I'm good at that. And they were worried that I actually fell and hurt myself. And then they're like all gentle, like, okay, we're gonna go get you, just follow us this way, we're gonna get you some alcohol. And they like helped me all the way down. And it was just very funny that everybody else was getting like straight up just, my friend was pretending to have a broken leg, and they basically just shoved her downstairs and went, go! But anyway, this was when we actually learned like getting in and out of a life raft and stuff. And these red suits you see everybody wearing, this is a Gumby suit. It's also called like a something immersion suit, I don't remember. But the point is, when you jump in, you're fully dry. It's better at making you float than a life jacket is. Problem is, it's a pain to get on. It's awful. But we were taught how to use them, and then this was us firefighter training. It was awesome, actually. We got to put on the full fire suits. I don't have any videos of me doing the fire stuff, obviously, because I'm the one taking the videos, but we did this thing where like we had to like hold the hose and walk closer and then just shake the water at the fire. And then I got one of my friends to take a video of me. I forgot to put my hat on at this point, but this is most of the gear. I was one of the only person who got a picture or a video with that face thing on because we were in such a rush to get them cleaned. But then here's me with the hat. It was super exciting, honestly. It was honestly a surprise when I came out there that Amanda and Kelly came to visit. I knew Mom and Aiden were, but like I told you, there was like a last minute thing where the time I was coming changed, so my dad was gonna come and then he couldn't because I was there a week early. And so instead Amanda and Kelly came, and I was super excited to see them. I haven't seen them since the last time I was in Texas, and so it made me really happy. But on the little breaks I did have during training and on like the one weekend day, I got to hang out with them, so that was really fun. And I saw this fox. Look at it. Look at this beautiful fox. Take a break from my story and look at that fox. It's so pretty. Anyway, so they came down to visit and I was super excited about it, and we went to a couple different places. We went to different restaurants. We couldn't go very far because I really only had a couple hours after school or after like sea training to go anywhere. But this is the one time we went like actually into Washington DC, and we got to like see stuff, and it was super exciting. And then we went to the Natural History Museum, and we spent most of it
we spent all of it in the Aerial Museum because that's the one we bought tickets for, and because, I don't know, I guess we decided we were into planes. I think it was Aiden's decision would make the most sense. But either way, so we got to see a bunch of plane stuff, and I'm not going to talk about the planes a bunch because they're planes, but that was a little simulator Aiden got to do. There was also a simulator later that I didn't get a video of, and it was basically you running, and it would show how much slower you were than like a car or a motorbike or stuff like that. So that was kind of funny in my opinion. They did also have this really cool display where, like, look, they have like all the cars, and then if you look, it's him. Look, it's the same car. I don't know why, it just made me really happy. And then they also had the planes there for no reason. I couldn't tell you why. And then of course there was the space part, so it showed like the different planets and things like that. And this was showing a simulation of like what the planets look like if you were on their surface and things like that. It was kind of cool, but yeah, definitely more Aiden's thing than mine. Amanda really wanted to see the cherry blossoms, so that's what we did after this. But we wandered around there a bit. It had Star Wars stuff, which to me, I was like, is this not a museum for like natural history? Because that doesn't sound very natural or history to me. But anyway, and then I don't know, they had some cool stuff, but most of it was just kind of random to me. Because of the weird me being here a week earlier, Mama, Amanda, and Kelly's flights were all like kind of funny because Amanda had a separate airline than they did, so her flight left earlier, so we had to see the cherry blossoms before her flight left. And then Mom and Kelly's got delayed, and Kelly was like, I'm still gonna take the delayed flight, and my mom was like, I'll just go tomorrow, I'm gonna make them rebook me another flight. So all three of them technically left at different flights. So, but Amanda wanted to see the cherry blossoms most of all. You can always spot her because she's in the bright red, so just like look for bright red in my videos. There's a lot of people with it right now, but you'll see right there. See? She wore this pretty red coat. But anyway, she wanted to see them, so we had to quickly hurry over there so that she could see them before her flight. And then afterwards, me, Kelly, Mama, and Aiden all went to a restaurant. But the cherry blossoms were really pretty, I will say. Amanda looked very aesthetic in her red coat. It made me happy. But there was this really pretty restaurant that Kelly found that we went to. We couldn't sit inside, sadly, because look at that inside. Isn't it so pretty? But we did get to sit outside, and it was kind of cold and windy, and it took them a while for them to light up this fire pit. But they served like coffee drinks, and that was great. Like 5 minutes into our meal, Kelly had to leave for her flight, so then it was just me, Mom, and Aiden. But I did make them try halloumi, that stuff that I tried in London, the funny cheese. I did make them try that, and they did like it. And here I was singing, and so Aiden was just messing around. But I did like the art style that was on this corner building, and I had this song stuck in my head right then that I couldn't remember the tune to, so I kept messing up the tune, and I didn't know any of the words. And so that's what Aiden was making funny faces too. And then Aiden really wanted to see the Lincoln Memorial, and so my mom was like in a hurry because she needed to get me back in time for her to get to, I think, the airport or something like that. And so Aiden really wanted to see it, so she dropped us off. We ran up, took like 2 pictures, and then ran all the way down. And then it ended up taking her a while to turn around, so we didn't even have to run that fast. But we like sprinted up those stairs, and then look, he poses. We did take like 2 proper pictures, and then that was it. That was our visit to the Lincoln Memorial. But we saw it. It is something I've actually always wanted to see, just because like it's on the penny, and I always like trying to find it on the penny. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You can like see Abraham Lincoln and some of the pennies, the ones that are really detailed. And I liked trying to find that as a kid, so it was cool to see. I enjoyed it, but after that, Aiden and Mom left, and then it was just me headed back to Hawaii to join the ship. And they made us leave at 2 a.m. All of us. It did not matter when our flight was, we had to leave at 2 a.m. because that was the only time the bus came to take us to the airport. So at 2 a.m., all of us were there, and all of us got to the airport, and not everybody at Piney Point was going straight to the ship. It was really just like me and like 6 other people. And then the rest will join the ship at some later date when they're actually needed to get hired. So I'm still waiting for my friend to join me, sadly. Her name is Nadine. She's super sweet. I hope that she joins me soon, and then you guys can see her in one of my videos if she says it's okay. But yeah, it was just a couple of us that flew out, and we all had different flights too, so that was kind of interesting. But yeah, that was my time in Piney Point. I will try to make videos about my time on the ship, but I'm having a really hard time finding out what I legally can and can't say or show, which is super annoying. So we will see what happens with it.
Okay. Hi world, it's me, Aiden, the star of the
Who
show.
knows? Maybe I'll cut the audio. Move out of the way.
It's so cold.
Sister, be real.
My hands are sticky.
That's in my video now.
Brick bumps everywhere.
Are you allowed to take pictures?
Everybody else's.
Should not show our impact on the environment. That's what
That exists. What is that song? I don't remember. Hi, Aiden, what are you doing?
Dad.
Yes, we're crossing the street. We're going this way. We don't have time, but we'll do it anyway. This is where we're going today. This building is kind of creepy. Yes, we're walking this way. Lincoln Memorial.
We did it.
Now we just have to see Abraham Lincoln and we can go.